What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Blend with Me. Like I said before, this is not a tutorial. I will not be taking you step by step, guiding you through the process. This is just me blending and talking, hopefully interestingly, maybe? I don't really have a specific project that I'm working on or anything at the moment. Um, Sorry if you guys are hearing kids yelling in the background. There's like a bunch of kids off from school today, and they are just having a fit outside. Uh, anyways, um, there is something that I kind of want to mess around with. I'm going to add a circle. So rotate that. Scale it up just a bit here. Okay, so basically I've had this issue for a while now, where there's a very particular shape that I can't seem to achieve easily. And I'm positive that there's a way to do it, but I can't seem to figure it out. So let me load in a background image. Get me a nice reference image in here so that I know basically what I'm working with. Okay, textures, I'm looking for reference, and let's go Tombstone. Okay, so this is the shape. This, it's not really a circle, and it's not a square. It's not really anything, but it's useful for windows, especially if you're doing like cathedral windows, which I've tried to do multiple times, and I usually end up doing it by hand because I cannot for the life of me figure out an easy way of making the shape. So I'm just going to kind of work my way through that today, and I'm going to get rid of the background image because I don't want to use it if I don't have to. Okay, let's see. Maybe let me go to my proportional editing. Gonna enable that. I don't know. See, none of these are right. Sharp is close to being right, but it's like the inverse of what I'm looking for. Maybe inverse square will do it. Let's try it. I'm gonna grab that on the Z. Man alive, these kids are loud today. Okay, nope, that's not it. Try the sharp, I guess. It's not bad. If I was looking for like a raindrop, you can see how it starts to curve inward. That's not what I want. I want it outward. Let's see. Constant, that's not going to do it. Linear, that's not going to... Ooh, that's actually pretty close. Huh. I wonder if I can make that work. Oops. Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and delete those vertices. If I scale these out on the x-axis. Uh-oh. Nope. I don't think I can do that. You know what? I think I need a circle with more vertices. So I'm going to delete that. I don't know why that disappeared on me. Okay, let's see. 3D cursor, 0. 0 for some reason. It was at -0. I don't know if that even makes a difference. Okay, let me shift a mesh circle. Instead of 32, let's go 64. Let's double it. Rotate it on the X. Scale that up about double. Actually, just scale 2. There we go. Okay. And let's grab that side. Go on the Z. Somewhere right about in there, maybe. Take here. Scale that on the X-axis. Oh, it's so close, but it's not quite there. Maybe if, let me add my background image back in. Let's see. Grab that on my Z-axis. Okay, I need to bump my background image over to the right. So, let me just bump it. There we go. Okay, I think that's about there. Okay, so now those are right, and these ones are wrong. So let me scale that on to X. It's close. It's close. Okay, scale this one on to X. Ugh. I hate this. I really hate this shape. It's like I use this shape so often, but I always end up doing it by hand because I cannot, for the life of me, find an easier way to do this. Maybe there's just something that I'm missing. Maybe, let's see, mesh. I think a cone would do it. No. Sphere, icosphere. No, that's definitely not. I know what all these are. I'm just kind of popping them in to my scene just to kind of see, I don't know, see if it'll, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. See if it'll make the shape. See if it can be a good starting point for my shape. No, I don't want to mess with nodes if I don't have to. That stuff is really confusing. Metaball, maybe an ellipsoid? No, because that wants to be, I mean, it wants to do it, but it doesn't. It's not what I'm looking for. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck? Oh, I was still in stupid edit mode. Oh, it's been one of those days. I went down and went swimming earlier because it's like 80 degrees and it's the first day in a long time that it hasn't rained. But it always, like, I don't know, I love swimming, but it makes my head really fuzzy after I'm done. And I don't like that. But I still managed. I did my workout for the day. Sitting down here doing this, trying to. The kids are just screaming out loud outside. Man alive, are they loud. Never in my life have I heard them that loud before. You'd think they were having a party if Chuck E. Cheese came into town or something. Holy moly. Okay, so I'm gonna try a lattice. I have no idea. Actually, let me get rid of the lattice for me. I'm gonna scale this up. I think I want my middle two vertices to be lined up basically maybe this little outside corner. What in the heck? Oh. All this time, I've left my proportional editing on like an idiot. Okay. So I gotta move this up a little bit. Move it on the X a little bit. Try and center it. Okay. Alright. Now let's add that lattice. So lattice, if you didn't know, is basically, it's kind of a bounding box for whatever object that you have on the screen. So once you add it, the idea is that you kind of place it inside where you want, or where your object actually is, and then you have to actually bound it to the box. So I think it's been a while since I've used it. So let me go in, I think it's add modifier, lattice. So I've clicked on my circle. This is the object that I want to be bound by the lattice. This is not on the lattice. But I have a lattice here. So if I go to my object and click lattice, now it should be bound to my lattice. So if I click on my lattice and go to edit mode, instead of having a whole mess of vertices that I have to try and get into the shape that I want, I can use just these vertices on the lattice. So this really comes in handy if you want to do general deformations of any kind of object that you've created that has a lot of vertices. So let's go here. here and here. And yeah, I guess I want all these. So let me grab that. Let's scale that on X. Now you see what it's doing? You see how it's doing this? Oh, and you can't make more vertices for it, unfortunately. Boy, do I sure wish. Let's see. What's my next plan of attack here? Okay, let me grab all those vertices. Grab those on the Z-axis. Pull it up. And then scale it on the X-axis. Oh, it is so close. It is so close. But it's not quite there. I need a loop cut in here. But I don't think I can loop cut. I cannot loop cut for a lattice, unfortunately. Okay, maybe if I grab this end back out. No, because that's dragging the whole thing. Drag this one back out. So that those vertices are lined up. Okay. Man, that is close. That is maybe the closest I've come yet. It's so close yet so far. Oh yeah, that's something else I should probably mention for lattice. The lattice should be pretty much the last thing that you do. Unless you're going to apply it, which I could. I'm not going to, not yet. But you'll see, if I want to edit it from here, I have to first apply my lattice to my circle, or else when I hit tab, it turns right back into the object that it was before I messed with the lattice. So right now it just kind of looks like an egg. I mean, it's so close. Look at it. I mean, there's just this little bit here and a little bit there. This should be a little sharper. Okay, I'm going to apply this. As stupid as that probably is. Delete my lattice, so I don't have to mess with that. Tab into edit mode. And turn my proportional editing back on. Oh, that's not good. Oh no! I don't know how to get further from here. Well, I cannot do it. I cannot figure out how to make this shape. I mean, honestly, I would look it up or something, try and figure it out. There's got to be an easier way of doing it. But I don't even know what the shape is called, so, I mean, how do you even look it up? I guess I could just go with a path. I don't like working with curves in Blender. Before I started working with Blender, I used to use GIMP a lot. I was quite versed with GIMP. I used to know, I would say I knew more about GIMP than I know about Blender, but I don't think it's really that way anymore. But yeah, it kind of spoiled me using curves and everything because, okay, there's multiple vertices on here, that's why. And yeah, it kind of spoiled me using curves and everything because it's just so easy. It's so easy to use curves in like GIMP and Photoshop. You basically just click it and it's there. It's so much harder to pull off when you're doing, I guess, 3D work because you're in an overreaching 3D space. You can't easily just click it. Although I guess you could you can kind of do that, but kind of not. I'll actually show you a little trick in a minute. I just kind of want to see. I've never used curves to do this before. I've always just made vertices. So I'm just kind of curious. Kind of curious how this would look. Actually, not bad. I kind of like the curve more than I like the doing the vertices. That ain't bad. I guess I could do that from now on. It's fairly easy. Oh, okay. So let me show you guys just a little trick you can do. Okay, so if you don't know, you have an option available at all times called the grease pencil. So I'm going to click new. I don't know that you have to click new. I will. Oh, I grabbed it. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just like all over the place today. Confused. Okay, so if I hold down my D key on my keyboard and then click, I use what's called my grease pencil. And basically it allows you just to freehand draw in a 2D space, but when you move and do 3D space, you can see the grease pencil as well. So you can see I just traced over that and it made a nice grease pencil right there, which is cool. There's more things that you can do with a grease pencil though. And it's been a very, very long time since I've done that. Not what I'm looking for. Grease pencil, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so here we go. I'm in my tabs down here. There's the little option that says grease pencil. It allows you to do a lot of things with your grease pencil. If you've never used grease pencil before, honestly, I don't blame you, because the only time that I've ever really used a grease pencil is when I'm doing character models, and I don't do character models very much because my computer is not good enough to really handle character models. However, they do have their benefits that come up from time to time. So as you see, I just drew that side over here with a grease pencil freehand. Now all I got to do is make sure I'm in the grease pencil tab, and in the tools there's a little thing that says convert. And you can convert straight from your grease pencil into a curve. And now, if I clear my grease pencil, there's my curve. Unfortunately, the curve is not very clean. It's not, obviously, all the little imperfections when I was drawing are now in my curve. So it's not often that this ever comes in handy for anything, but it's nice to know just in case. Maybe I haven't come across a project per se, but maybe you guys will. So if I click it and whoa, it automatically does the animation down here for it apparently, which we don't need. I could probably get rid of that whole screen back here. There we go. Give it just a little bit wider of a view. And okay. So now if I tab into edit mode, you can see it almost looks like it didn't even do anything. Because if we zoom way in, this is what our curve looks like. Man alive, is that a mess, right? There are some tips to getting that down a little bit. Man, it has been a long, long time since I've done anything like this. Let's see. Shift A. No, that's not it. Shift W. No, that's not it. Subdivide, smooth. Maybe, I know it's something you have to do in your preferences. This just goes to show you guys how little I use this function. It never comes up in anything that I've ever done. Simplify curves, that's what I'm looking for. So if I click on simplify curve, save my settings, click out. I might have to redo the curve because I don't know that it will pop up now. Radius, try to switch, set the radius, smooth, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm so lost that I've forgotten. Simplify curve. Okay, simplify. There we go. So to bring up this little nifty menu, sometimes when you can't find what you're looking for, you just hit the space bar. It'll let you search. Super easy. Okay, so now this little box comes up down here. Let me enlarge that for you just a bit. So basically this is going to get rid of a lot of my vertices and curves that I've created when I did this grease pencil thing. And increasing this ratio, or the error in Blender units, is going to give me less vertices, less of a mess, but will also give me less detail when I convert this. So as you can see, the higher it goes. Now I believe, could be wrong, but I believe that the orange marker is actually the curve, whereas the black marker is your pencil line. So you, okay, never mind, there's two. What's that? No, this is your original and this is your simplified. Okay, alright. Confusing myself because I haven't done this in forever. Let's see. Keep right. Okay, so eventually you can see that it just turns into a straight line. And like I said, the less you have, the more mess you're going to have, but the more you have, the less detailed it's going to be. It doesn't always remove them in places that you want them to be removed. So if I simplify it just a little bit, and I go back to my original curve, I can go ahead and delete that and show you this curve. And that curve is messed up. Oh, yeah. As soon as I tagged into edit mode, it messed everything up because I forgot that you have to apply it first. Man, I don't even know if I want to do that again. Let's just do it real quick. Okay. And now I'll grab this. Or not. Oh, duh, it's still a grease pencil. Okay. Pull this down. Convert. Curve. I haven't really messed around with all of these things down here, all these options. Let's go no timing. That'll get rid of most of my animation junk down there. Not sure what this radius factor is. Doesn't seem to be changing anything. And now I've forgotten what it originally was at. Polygon curve? Path? No, let's just keep it. Okay, let me go back up here. Where's my pencil? Get rid of that so we can see our curve. Okay, so this is our new curve. Obviously, it doesn't line up anymore because I changed my viewport. And let's go. Simplify curve. Whoop. Or not. Probably because I'm not in it anymore. Oh, I wasn't on a curve. There we go. Okay, simplify curve. So if I just leave it at something small like this 0.06, input nerve Bezier, I guess it's Bezier, so add short splines. So GP layer, and there's this. Okay, so this is my good one. This is my bad one. But it's not letting me. If I tab, it goes away. Okay, so I cannot tab. So let's simplify the curve. I swear you can tab. I swear you can edit these things. I'll delete that. And Tab. Ah. Well, now there's two of them. Why are there two of them? I bet they're both going to do the same thing. Sure enough. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way you can do it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. If you guys want to play around with it, that's all on you. I don't use it for anything, so really not a big deal if it works or not for me. I'm sure I'll probably get like a million comments of somebody saying, that's like the most useful feature in Blender. Well, I've never used it, so whatever. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to continue with my curves. To continue my curve, I'm just hitting the E key and it's extruding. Extrude. Uh-oh. Whoa. What in the heck happened here? Why is it all the way... Ugh. I freaking hate curves, man. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. I wish they were as easy as in a photo editor. That's all I'm saying. Where you just click and it goes where you want it to go. Well, it's because my handles are wrong. My little vertices should be changed so that they're not affecting each other. And I haven't done that because I hate to do that. At least get the top right. Okay, and then we'll go down here. And tools. Handles. So I think it's vector. I think vector is what I usually use. No, that can't be right. Is it free? Well, it's probably right, but I have to get rid of these because the ones that I already have set are not cooperating. Okay. Okay, so now this is out of whack again because I messed with the other stuff. So now I'm going to reline these back up. This is literally, this is the worst. I cannot for the life of me do anything worthwhile with curves. Cannot do it. Okay, it's kinda ish, sorta ish, but not really. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Oh, that wasn't it. Let's see. I swear it was vector. Why is it not giving me vector? It's still doing it. So another little trick when you're working with curves is if you just hit the control key and click, it will put the dot where you want it to go. Unfortunately, it's still not as nifty and as good as photo editors. Okay. I'm determined to make this work. I'm determined to do it. I say I'm determined, but yeah, I think if I mess this up one more time, I'm just going to give up on it. I don't care that much. Yeah, forget it. Forget it. I hate it. I'm done. I do not like working with curves in Blender. I will do it when I have to. If I'm making ropes or something, sure. When I don't have to, I'm not going to do it. That's how bad they are. Actually, we'll go with a circle. I'm just going to do it by hand. Forget it. pretend like the last 20 minutes just didn't happen. Actually, that's too many vertices. Shift A, circle, let me go back down to 32. Okay. Now I'll put that up a little bit. No. Keep it down. Scale out. So that these are about in the right spots here. Right about there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop off the left-hand side. Vertices, and then I'm going to chop off this bottom half. Oh, not edges, vertices. There we go. So now I just have like this fourth of a pie. And I'm just going to hand model it real quick. Which unfortunately just doesn't look quite as good as if I could find a reliable method of making this shape. But I can't find it. So this is what we get. Okay. Put it up like that and like that. Okay, perfect. Extrude down here. And extrude on my z-axis all the way down. And extrude on my x-axis all right there. Actually, no. I want that to be lined up with the top vertices. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here with my little magnet tool, click my magnet tool, and change it to vertex. So now if I grab on the x and hover over that vertex, it'll snap it to the same x. And then I want to merge my vertices. So I'm going to extrude on the z-axis, and then I'll just merge it together with that one. Just like that. If I face it, you can see it is now one object. However, I don't want the face in there. So I'm just going to get rid of that face real quick. X in the faces. Turn it back to that. Turn off my partial editing. Get rid of my merge. Phew. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, so now to make this little inner ring, I'm sure there's probably an easier way of doing this too, but I'm not going to mess with that. So instead, I'm going to select this vertex and that one and subdivide it. Boy, I got these windows all messed up over. There we go. Can get rid of that. Now we're back. Now we're talking. Okay. Grab that on the Z. Grab it on the Z again. Right about there. And then I'm just going to extrude it, and I'm going to try and line it up decently with my other vertices. I just want one vertex for every vertex that I've already created. Any more is going to make it a mess, any less is going to make it a mess. So I just want to make sure that I have the same number of vertices. And it saves you a little bit of hassle if you have them paired up fairly closely. It doesn't have to be perfect, but when we start making the faces, you'll understand. And actually, let's pull that one down to Z. So let's grab that on Z. Right about there. Okay. So now I want to grab here and here and subdivide. And I want to snap to a vertex again. So grab on the Z and we'll snap it to that one so that I can grab these two and make a connection there. Okay, so now I shouldn't need my background. So go ahead and get rid of my background image. So that's not in the way. And alright, now we're talking. Okay, so I do want to subdivide this one more time. So subdivide here. And grab on Z, snap it to this one. And make a line. And subdivide here. Grab that on the X. Pull it here. And then we'll make a face. Whoa, 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 I went into free cam. Make a face. And make a face here. We'll come up to this one. Face. 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 So you see how I'm doing this. If you had one extra vertex, it would turn one of your quad faces, which means basically that it has an even number of faces, into a tri-vertex. Sometimes it's not a big idea. Tri-face? Yeah. Tri-geometric shape? I don't know. Anyways, tries can't really be loop cut. You have to do all your cuts into it with basically a knife tool. It can get really messy. So I've learned my lesson. If you can make it a quad, make it a quad. It's not always the case if you're doing game programming or something like that, but if you're just making a picture like I do, try and make it a quad because it's easier to deal with. Okay. Okay, so I have half of my object. I might need to recalculate these normals, but I'm gonna wait. First, I want to add a mirror modifier. And it's just a little off, so I'm going to grab this whole thing, pull it in on the X just right about there. So now you can see they're basically both completely joined together. Okay, so now's my chance. If I want this thing to be a little bit more complex, if I want it to match up with my picture just a little bit more, be a little bit more rounded, if I don't like it, now's my chance to change it. So, let me see. Okay, since we made these quads, we can loop cut. And once you loop cut, you just kind of even things out just a little bit. Makes a huge difference, trust me. You want to do this step. It's very important. Let's loop cut and then loop cut twice here. That's how crazy I am. I'm loop cutting twice. I'm insane. Pulling in just slightly. I just want to round it out. That's all I'm doing, is rounding it out. 3 cuts here. Now, some people might ask, well, if you want more rounded edge up there, why don't you just do a subsurf modifier? Well, let me show you why I don't do a subsurf modifier. Because it does this nonsense. You see that? And it gets worse when we start doing the actual 3D section. See, this is just 2D. Once I pull it out this way, it's going to really mess it up. So this way is much, much easier. Trust me. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one out. Grab that one. Grab this one. So we come up here. We'll just do twice on this one. Here needs to come in. And then I'm going to loop cut right. Oh, I messed that up. Loop cut here, do twice. Just a tad. And now we're set. Now we're looking pretty round up here, right? Looks a lot better. A lot smoother. That's what we want. Okay, so now that we have that, our next goal is to actually extrude this. So let's grab all this. Let's extrude it out the back. Oh, I still have it snapped to reverse. Let me get rid of that. Oh, grab on the Y. Here we go. Okay, so I want it. Let's go right about there. Okay. So now's my chance to recalculate my normals. So dash normals, recalculate. And you need the normals to look shiny, not dark black. Basically, your render engine will tell Blender that it's rendering the inside of an object when it's black, and that's not true. We're not on the inside of an object. So it will mess up your shadows, it will mess up your renders if you don't recalculate your normals, so make sure you do that. Okay, so now I'm going to select this face. I'm going to extrude it in. Right about there. And I want to do it to the backside too, I guess. So let's do just a little bit shallower. And get rid of the faces on the inside. Oh! Oh, go figure. That's what I get, right? Faces. There we go. Faces. Much better. Okay, so faces. Okay. Okay, so now we basically have the shape that we're looking for, which, I mean, obviously I took this shape from a tombstone, but it's the same shape as like a cathedral window, so I could do a cathedral window if I wanted to. Or it could just be like a wall design or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, honestly. I'm just kind of playing around. That's what Blend With Me is all about. Me taking myself, experimenting in Blender, so that hopefully you guys can get a feeling for, especially the newcomers, of how to do a project, how to start a project, and do it all on your own, hopefully. Okay, so I have these weird ridges in here because of all my vertices that I put. There's an easy way to get rid of those ridges so they don't show up when you actually render. Actually, maybe I can render it and show you guys what it looks like. Let me just lock my camera. And get it right there. Lock. Okay. And I'm going to need this to be a sun lamp, else you're not going to see anything. Oh no, I hit it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. I don't remember how to unhide objects. Control H. Shift H. Oh no, I hit everything. Oh no. Aha! Alt H. There we go. I use that function so few times. I forgot my buttons. Okay, sun lamp. Rotate it into my tombstone. Check it on this side. What about there? Use nodes. Put it up at about 5 strength. And let's just give it a real quick render. Okay. I gotta check my equipment real quick. Okay, it appears to still be recording. I forgot that I have my recording button set to one of the buttons for renders. So anyways, this is basically what it looks like. You can see that those ridges have appeared in the render. We don't want those ridges to appear in the render. So I'll show how that. Okay. So the easiest way to do that is to click your smooth shading. And then you'll obviously realize that it looks horrendous, looks terrible. We can fix that. So let's go to our add modifier, and I'm just going to add an edge split. And you can see it is now back to its normal glory, but these sides that are supposed to be smooth are still smooth. I honestly don't know how it works. I don't know. I'm assuming if you up the angle that it would probably make less of it smooth and more of it smooth if it's decreased. I don't know, but it basically just takes the parts that are supposed to be smooth and makes them smooth. So that's a little trick if you've ever dealt with something like that. So let me go ahead and show you the render real quick. And that's what it looks like. Look right there. So now we've got this nice smooth surface. Obviously, I have this at 10 samples right now, so we're still getting lots of stupid artifacts and stuff. But that's pretty much it. So, I probably didn't teach you guys that much this video. um, I kind of floundered around and just kind of experimented a bit. It's not often that I really get to do that. But you saw some of the things that I did, so maybe the next time you want to make a window, you just put a circle in there and forego all the other stupid stuff. Or maybe you'll find a better way and you'll let me know what that better way is, because it's been bothering me for a long time. But I think I'm going to end it here because I really don't have anywhere else to go with this project. I was just kind of messing around for today. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe had a laugh at me or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.